I mean, it's still there, 2 minutes, 1 minute, but people haven't joined it. And we've got the YouTube.
Okay. Welcome to. We haven't got anyone yet.
It's okay.
Not yet. People will come. They come usually a little bit later.
Is there some music on there? Is there some music playing in the background?
No, sure, I can. Sure.
There are 5 people on the YouTube, so
Okay, well, let's start then.
one is me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic Monday program, talking about a little bit more in detail about the innocence within us and the innocence that carries us and protects us. A lovely welcome, warm welcome to on viewers on YouTube, online, and present here with us. So we'll start the program talking a little bit about our chakras within us and their qualities, and go through the realization process. And then after that, we've got a lovely talk of Srimataji, and followed by another cleansing process of how you could do it at home, something we do a bit like brushing our teeth. You come home and you clear your energy centers that you may require them to be cleaned out. And then how to strengthen your chakras, and also how to help the Kundalini cleanse those chakras within us. So Vara will take us through that. Vara is not new. He comes here often, and he's replacing Lynn today. Really pleased to have Vara. Welcome, Vara.
Thank you.
So let's just, Surinder, if you could focus a little bit on the chakra chart, we can explain a little bit about the subtle system within us. This is the
You could use the script.
chart of the subtle system within us that was started by Srimataji in 1970. She traveled the world giving realization free of cost to everyone en masse. She was very concerned about the state of affairs at the time with the Cold War between Russia and US, and also the seekers were ardently seeking for some meaningful state in their lives. And so she decided to give this incredible gift to humanity. In the past, of course, you could get your realization.
On the screen as well.
Yeah. you could get your realization in the past, but you needed a special teacher. And it took a long time to cleanse your chakras. So if you look on the screen, you can see those little energy centers situated on the central channel within us on the white line. Those are the chakras, wheels of good qualities within us. And if there's a weakness, then the Kundalini rises. The Kundalini is situated in the triangular bone. If you can see that little triangle situated at the base of the spine, that's where the mothering energy, the Kundalini, is waiting to be awakened. We all are born with this mothering energy within us. Each one of us has this mothering energy, and Shri Mataji's grace has allowed us to awaken this mothering energy within us effortlessly, so easily and really quickly. It doesn't require you to spend months working on your chakras, clearing them. It just happens quite quickly. And the beauty of the Kundalini rising within us is that as she comes up, she fixes any of the blockages in our chakras, the qualities within us as she comes up. Also, if there's a problem with our left or the right side, which is the blue side or the yellow side within us, the blue side is to do with our feelings, emotions, empathy, and our desire. And the right side is to do with our action. It's a side of action. So it's a bit like the yin and the yang, the moon and the sun. If we exhaust these two sides within us by overusing them, then we either tend to get into depression on the left side, or we tend to get quite aggressive and bossy and irritating on our right side. I'm sure you can relate to somebody that we come across in our lives, fits the bill quite well. So the idea is to not be on those extremes in our personalities, but to be in balance. So yes, you've got to love. Yes, you've got to be desireful and empathetic to your colleagues and be caring. And you do have to be part and parcel of the world, doing things, having jobs, looking after, all those sort of things. But the idea is to be in balance. And also as the Kundalini rises up, as we come up to the top of the diagram, those two yellow little balloon-like structures on our head, the ego and the superego. The yellow bit is our ego. It's to do with our tendency to overthink about futuristic planning, organizing, worrying about things which may not even materialize, but we do tend to focus a lot on that in our current state. And the blue bit is the superego. It's to do with our past, thinking about the past, thinking about what happened to you in the past and not being able to let go. So those two things cover our head, and we tend to get caught up in that sphere of thoughts about the past or the thoughts about the future. So as the Kundalini rises, she sucks down those two institutions and allows us to connect on the seventh chakra, the most important chakra within us, which is where Shri Mataji has come to allow us to connect with the cosmic energy that controls everything, to allow us the connection with the power that controls everything. For us to feel the presence of that power within us is the connection through our Sahasrara chakra, which is on top of the head, and through here, which is made up of 1,000 petals. Each chakra has a quality on our subtle system, but the chakra on the top of our head, the Sahasrara, the chakra on our Sahasrara is made up of 1,000 petals, 1,000 qualities that are waiting to be awakened. And to let that happen is when the Kundalini rises. She allows us that connection. It's as easy as that. And once your Kundalini is awakened, then we show you how to nourish that a little bit more and help the Kundalini be a bit more strong. If you have any questions, you could either message them, or if you're able to hold on to them, towards the end, we will keep aside a few minutes and then we can talk about if you have any questions. So let's just go through the realization now. And you can be seated wherever you are. Please be very comfortable. If you can take your shoes off, that's a really good idea. We have our shoes off, and you don't need to sit in a particular position. Please be on a very comfortable way in your favorite chair or wherever you are, and we will work with the right side, our right hand on the left side of our body. The reason being, right side is the side of action, and we will work on the left side, which is the side of desire within us. So the left hand will be open in our lap, and right hand will be placed on various parts of our body on the left-hand side. We are going to place a hand on the chakras on our left side and awaken those qualities within us. This is called the process of getting a realization. And again, we don't have to go to Himalayas. We don't have to sit in icy cold water for years, if nothing else, trying to cleanse the chakras. It happens very quickly in the next few minutes. So if you can take your glasses off, please do so. The reason being, it just allows easier accessibility for the Kundalini to rise through our head. Again, I hope you've got your shoes off. And if you can close your eyes, it's really good because it brings the attention inside. But if you find it's a bit difficult to close your eyes, we have a photo here of Shri Mataji. Please look at that photo, especially the bindi that helps us to calm down and takes our thoughts away. So hands in our lap, open, palm up on our lap. And we'll start with the right hand and place it on the left side of our body on the heart. So with our eyes closed. And here we are going to address the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini. You can address her as Mother Kundalini, or you can also address it to Shri Mataji, for it is Shri Mataji who allows us to have this gift of awakening our Kundalini within us. So we are going to ask a few questions within us. Right hand on our heart, on the left-hand side. And here we ask ourselves quietly, Mother Kundalini, what is my purpose on this earth? What am I supposed to do? I hope there is a little bit more than just a busy job. What am I meant to do, Mother Kundalini and Shri Mataji? And now we take a hand under the heart area on the lower part of the rib cage. And here we ask ourselves another question. Am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? Am I in charge? And if you just move your right hand to the lower part where the leg meets the body, so you need to make sure you've got good connection with your hand over that area. This is the area of Swadhisthana within us. That's the Sanskrit term. It's to do with pure desire and pure knowledge within us. And here we ask a mothering energy again, Shri Mataji or Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Shri Mataji, please give me the pure knowledge. The knowledge that we are asking is the state of our chakras within us, and we get to feel them on our fingertips. So each of the chakras correlates to our fingertips, and that's how we know the state of our being within us. Shri Mataji, please give me the pure knowledge. Moving your hand up again under the heart area. This is the area of self-mastery within us. And here we ask Mother Kundalini and Shri Mataji. In fact, here we affirm now. We've done with the asking, so here we affirm a few times. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am my own teacher. The idea is that we find out the state of our chakras within us, and so we manage and we use the help of the Mother Kundalini to help us fix those chakras within us. So you don't have to rely on other people. This is something that's within us, that manifests within us. And she allows us to be the masters and in charge ourselves. Bringing our hand back on to the heart on the left-hand side. We started from here, asking who we were. And now with full confidence within ourselves, please say a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. I am not this body. I am not my mind. I am not my thoughts, my worries, my fears, but I am the Spirit. And the Spirit within us is a state of continuous, quiet joy. And that's what we are, and that's what we are meant to be. Mother Kundalini, I am the Spirit. Now just raise your hand to the left-hand side of your neck. And as you do that, just move your head towards your right side so it allows easier accessibility. This is the area of self-guilt within us, where we tend to feel guilty unnecessarily most of the time. So it's time to let go of the guilt within us. So we say a few times, I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. Now we place a hand on our forehead, and as you do that, just cradle your head into your hand and apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips to the sides of your head. And here, we forgive everyone in general. So please don't think of anyone in particular or any circumstance. Just generally, we forgive. It is quite hard, but it is really important to let go of that circumstance or situation that you're holding on to, because it only harms us. So a few times, Mother Kundalini, I forgive. Mother Kundalini, I forgive. I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. And now we place a hand at the back of the head, and as you do that, just keep your head up towards the sky. And here we forgive ourselves. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me for my past. Please forgive me for my mistakes. And please forgive me for my bad habits towards my innocence, towards my spirit, and towards my ascent. Please forgive me. And now for the most important one, stretch your hand. And if you just bring your head a little bit forward, place your palm of your right hand on top of your head. This is the area, the fountain, as the Greeks called it, the fontanelle bone. That's where the fountain of Kundalini comes out from. So we place our hand, our palm to be precise, on this part of our head, and we are going to rotate it very slowly in a clockwise direction. So the direction is starting from our left. Move your hand forward, move your hand towards your right, to your back, to the left, forward, right, back. That's the motion or the direction of our movement. And as you move your scalp slowly but surely, here we ask with all our heart, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. And for those of us, I know, that have joined and are practicing Sahaja Yoga, we can ask for strengthening of our self-realization. So please say, Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Keeping your eyes closed, you can bring your hand back onto your lap, palm open on your lap. And now just take your attention back to the top of your head where you had your hand a moment ago, and see how you feel on your head and on your hands as well. Often there is a very gentle, cool breath-like air that flows out of our hands or the top of our head. And if it is warm, that's okay too, because as the Kundalini rises, she cleanses the impurities within us, and often it is accompanied by warm air in our hands or on top of our head. But most importantly, you may notice your thoughts have stopped and your mind is silent. And that is the first step of being in thoughtless awareness, where we are aware of our surroundings. You can hear sounds around you, but you're not thinking. And that is one of the first gifts of Mother Kundalini as she rises. She sucks our thoughts away and gives us that quietness within us. And this is the first step of being in thoughtless awareness, the true meditation. As Sahaja Yoga and its name suggests, it is easy and it is effortless, as Sri Mataji wanted it to be. So you just open your eyes slowly. You can do a little experiment of raising a right hand on top of a head, a couple of inches up, and see if you feel anything. We'll also try that with the left hand, because sometimes our hands are different depending upon the state of our left side or the right side, which is stronger or weaker. You can bring your hand back down. If nothing else, most of us feel a quiet calmness within us. So that's our process of getting our realization. Vara's got a lovely talk of Sri Mataji on this, and then after that he will take us through another short meditation, but before that he'll show us how to clear ourselves as well. So thank you, Vara, for the talk. So while we're getting ready for Vara to bring the talk on, please have your hands open on your lap. And the reason why we have our hands open is to receive those cool vibrations that when Sri Mataji talks, she's also working on her chakras within us. So it's rather nice to be able to enjoy that.
Now if you say, we can develop innocence, Mother, you cannot. Which is the way to become innocent? In Sahaja Yoga, we have a proper method how we can become innocent. It happens through our thoughtless awareness. If you are in the state of thoughtless awareness, then what happens? You do not react. You do not get involved into wrong things. You do not get involved into any discussions, arguments, but you just watch. And the innocence within you rises beautifully, like a lotus, rises out of a dirty pond. So whatever may be the circumstances, when you are in thoughtless awareness, you do not react. That is the sign of innocence. And people who do not react keep young. They will never show their age. They keep young. Because to react is not a very good thing, which makes you get involved into another person. But if you don't react, if you are just watching, you are a witness, then you don't get involved into anything. You are away from it. And that's how your innocence grows and you get very confident. I've read a story about a Chinese king who went to a saint and asked him that he wants some boon from him. What? He said, I want my son to be developed into a person who can face all kinds of people. Whatever people may do, he should be able to face them. He said, all right, you leave your son with me. So when the argument started, when the fighting started, his son was just standing straight, watching everything in thoughtless awareness. So everybody from the arena went back. They all went away. And they couldn't stand the innocence of this boy who was very young. And the king was surprised how his son could face all of them, all their arguments, all their aggression and all kind of horrible things they said to him. If anybody says anything to you, you should just be innocent. At that time, your power of innocence will show that this person who is trying to dominate you, to trouble you, is very much in the wrong. And the person himself might realize that I am doing all these things, and this fellow, the one on whom I am trying to dominate, is not taking any note of it. So he feels very weak. He thinks he has no power to dominate a person. So this is, we have now, as Sajogis, we can get into thoughtless awareness. Try to reduce your reactions. Reaction to anything. People have such funny ideas about themselves that they react. Now, for example, somebody showed me those carpets. I started watching. I was very happy. And they told me all the Sahajoginis have made this with their hands so beautifully. It was really so joyful to know that they have done it. But if I was a very normal person, I would have said, oh my God, what a color, what a thing, and like that. So whatever they have done, I can't even enjoy that. One thing is the enjoyment is lost. For a child, enjoyment is complete. Whatever he says, he makes joy. Joyful thing out of it. You look at children. I've seen children, they find anything, they make a toy out of it. The other day we had gone to Genoa, and I saw there were big blockades kept there. Some children came from somewhere, they just climbed on that and made horses out of them, and were enjoying them. You see, they find anything, any space, they make a joyful thing for them, a play for them. For them, life is also a play, just a thing of enjoyment. And they make you also enjoy everything. If you are not in a good mood, they'll come and behave in such a manner that you'll have to come round and become a very simple, natural person. So to see a simple, natural person, we always say, they are like children. Means they do not understand the cunning. They do not understand the stupidity of the people, and they live in their own world of innocence. In the same way, all the Sahaja Yogis have to develop that aura around them. Let people see you, how innocent you are, how sweet you are. No arguments, no quarreling, no fighting is needed. It is just the inner satisfaction of thoughtless awareness. Many people say, Mother, we cannot become thoughtless. Why? Why can't you become thoughtless? Because all the time, whatever you see, you want to react. If you gradually start stopping reaction, introspect yourself, see for yourself. If you are all the time trying to react, tell your mind to behave itself. If there's any reaction, you just don't say anything. Keep quiet. Gradually you will be amazed and surprised how you become thoughtlessly aware. How beautiful you become, and everybody who sees you will know that you are something different. You are not like the normal person. But the normal reaction of human beings is that if there's a quarrel going on, say, on the street, everybody will join in the quarrel. They like to fight. They want to be part and parcel of that quarrel or fight or whatever it is. They don't want to get out of it. At that time, if you just have your innocence, that will act. I told you, innocence is the spirit is the innocence, which cannot be destroyed by that. The fact is that it cannot be destroyed by anything, and it can be re-established through Sahaja Yoga. You might have been a very aggressive person. You might have been a very unhappy person. You might have been a person who is all the time disturbing others, maybe. But after Sahaja Yoga, you can make your personality so sweet and beautiful that not only you can enjoy, but others can also enjoy.
So if you take us through a little bit deeper now, Varun.
Thank you. Yeah. So usually when we talk of innocence, as you're also listening to Shrimataji, it's a little bit hard to define innocence. It's easier to understand innocence when it's in its effect. And usually innocence is associated with children, but there are instances when you think a little bit deeper, that innocence is everywhere. So if you look at a work situation and you have all sorts of people, and let's say somebody cracks a rude joke, there'll be a cohort that will be laughing like crazy because they understand that kind of joke. And there will be a cohort which will be so sad that something like that was said, and they might even get a bit depressed. But there is also a very rare cohort which doesn't get the joke and they just move on. I think that is the quality of innocence that in a way protects you from getting unnecessarily worked up. And in other situations, you'll see if there are a bunch of friends and one of them is of that innocence, the rest of them try to protect this one friend who is very innocent. And that is the innocence is, you could call it pure intelligence. I think it's very pure. So it's not polluted with any of the readings or the experiences. So that's in the adult life. In young children, I remember this. Someone told me these two stories. So there is a kid who has his TV. He was watching TV and sort of very, very loud. And the mom yells from the kitchen, says, "I want some peace." And the kid very coolly says, "Mommy, there are some peas in the fridge." So that is one like really pure innocence. The kid doesn't really understand why the mom is cranky. And there was another one that I heard is, so a mom and not a bub really, a young kid, went to a movie, just movie, temple, whatever you can think of. And then the mom brings the kid out and goes, I'm not really happy with you. And then the kid says, I'm really happy with you, mommy. They don't, so they're just in that sort of zone where they're happy. And I think there is lots of advantages to it if you take it on a very selfish perspective. I think some of the people who are most innovative are probably very innocent. I think Einstein comes into mind. Nobody remembers the big manager that was managing Einstein in his patent office when he was a clerk. But everybody does remember this little nobody in the patent office, because he had that childlike curiosity about things. And life is a little bit simple, I think, simpler and joyous for these innocent folks. And we all can imbibe that quality. In the modern society, you're almost forced to lose a little bit, depending on what you read, what you watch. It does get affected. And that's when Sahaja Yoga can help. Because when your Muladhara center is strong, so Muladhara Chakra is your foundation. If that is not right, nothing else that you build upon will be stable. So one way to really make that Muladhara Chakra strong, which is whose innate quality is innocence, is to meditate. And as you meditate, the center gets stronger. And when this center gets stronger, your innocence is kept intact, and it rejects that is unnecessary for your growth. So we'll meditate. Meditate for a few minutes. So let's
show us how to do the Kundalini Bandhan tomorrow.
So before we meditate, we should do the raising the Kundalini and taking Bandhan process. So we put our left hand in front of us, and the right hand goes around the left hand while the left hand goes up to the top of the head. And you make a good knot on top of your head. Bring your hands back down. And you make you rotate your right hand around the left hand, inside out, go up, and make 2 knots. And follow the journey of the Kundalini from the bottom of the spine, base of the spine, to the top of the head. Now we take our right hand, place it on the left hip, on the side of the left hip, and then make a horseshoe. So that's a protection for your subtle system. So starting and then going back to the same place counts as 1. So we've done 2, we'll do 7 altogether. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With both our hands, we bring them to the heart level. And that's about bringing both our left and right channels to the middle. And middle also resembles the present, and that is where we should be. We sort of we vacillate like a pendulum between the right and the left. Right is the future and left is the past. But as you meditate, you spend more time in the present rather than the future or past. So we put both our hands on the lap. And to start, we put our right hand on top of the head and press it a little bit. So this is just to bring our attention to the top of the head. In your heart, you can ask Mother Kundalini, please help me to bring my attention to my Sahasrara, or to the top of my head. Mother Kundalini, please help me to bring my attention to the top of my head. When you feel comfortable and confident that your attention is residing at the top of your head, you can bring your hand back to the lap. Some people might take a little longer to keep their attention on top of the head, that's fine. And we drop our right hand towards the earth, just in free fall. You don't have to make the hand stiff or anything, just drop it. With your left hand on your knee, left knee, and attention on top of the head. In your heart, you ask, Mother, please clear all the problems in my left energy channel. Mother, please remove all the lethargy, negative emotions, and any negative thoughts from my left energy channel. Attention on top of the head. We put our right hand back on the lap and we lift our left hand like this with the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling, the palm facing the back of the room. And here we ask, Mother, please remove all the overactivity and excessive thinking from my right channel. Mother, please cool down my right channel. And your attention, if it has wandered, bring it back to the top of the head. You bring your left hand back to the lap, and with the fingertips of your right hand pointing towards your Mother Kundalini at the base of the spine, raise your Kundalini with your right hand to the top of the head. You can touch the top of the head. Do that a few times and follow the path of the Kundalini against the gravity from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Do that a few times. Try and appreciate the calmness and the peace that your Kundalini is providing you. When you do that, you can ask your Kundalini, Mother, please give me the childlike innocence. Mother, please give me the childlike innocence. And keep your attention on top of the head. You can close your eyes. You'll play some music, so just try and be in that meditative state. If your attention wanders, you can open your eyes, look at the screen, bring your attention back to the top of the head, and close your eyes again. And bring your right hand a little above the top of your head. And observe what you're experiencing. It could be a cool breeze, it could be a warm breeze, it could be no difference. You can try that with the other hand too. You can move your hand a little bit above or in circles. When you're done, you can bring both your hands to the lap. And above all, ask yourself if you're peaceful, if you're feeling peaceful within, and if your thoughts have subsided. The reason why that happens is that the strands from the Kundalini go to the top of the Sahasrara and bring you into the center where the meditation occurs. So let's just stay in silence for another minute or two with our attention on top of the head. Without moving your hands, just keep your attention on top of the head. And once again, observe your experience. We can close off by raising Kundalini again. So left hand is moving up and the right hand goes around. Left hand, go to the top and make a knot. Repeat. Two knots. One more time. 3 knots. Then we do 7 semicircles around us. 14 to be precise, actually.
That was lovely. Thank you, Aaron. If you have any questions, I do see there's a Lynn's iPhone here. So Lynn, if you wish to join in, please. And we have Sadhana as well. So I'd love to hear from you both.
Hi, lovely program.
Thanks, Lynn. Well, there is a star guest here today, so of course.
Oh, it's a very good combination, very good combination.
Yeah, no, he's delightful the way he explains, so I'll always look forward to having Vara. And Sadhana, how did you go?
Very nice, very good, very nice.
Yeah.
Very peaceful.
Well, it's nice having you on as well, Sadhana. So I hope you keep trying the meditations.
Yes.
And we're just wondering.
Creation journey is also excellent by Vara, very good.
Oh, yes, that was really nice. And the talk is, well, what can one say?
Like listening to it again.
Yeah, it's you know, Lynn sort of broke that up into a couple of parts, so that's actually easy digest a little bit because it's such a complex subject.
Yeah, it's a very, very complex.
Yeah.
We'll close off the YouTube.
Okay. And Lynn, I hope you've managed to have a nice foot soak in the warm water by the beach.
Yes, getting my foot soak in the ocean every day. It's awfully nice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, have a lovely stay, and thank you everyone for joining. And we'll see you again next Monday.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Farah.
Bye.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye.